everybody? It's your boy TorryVstar, and on this special episode of the V-Star Vlog, we got an all-star cast today, and my special guest is...
Yo, what's up, guys? Billy, MBCollects,
Max,
your girl Shollpoke,
and Red.
We're gonna be chopping it up today, having some drinks, talking about the hobby, what got us into the Pokemon hobby to begin with. We're gonna talk about the chaos that's going on with the new sets that's going on right now, and the Costco brawls and stuff. And we're also gonna
yo, it's WWE out here.
We're gonna talk about the body slam and stuff like that. And look at this heat we got on this table today. And we're gonna show you this crazy collection from MBCollects. Like, it's chaotic right now. Like, I feel like I am chilling with Jesus in the Pokemon world. So let's get ready. Let's get the show. Let's just get the show going and let's have a drink. Salute, everybody.
Salute.
Salute.
Yeah.
To the hobby.
Salute.
2025, baby. What's your drink at? Are you serious, man?
Oh, right here. I got it. Salute. I got it, bro.
Wow.
We chilling.
Let's go. Alright, so thank you guys for welcoming me to this Poke Cave, man. This is like cave. This is like wow. Like, I'm lost for words. So tell the people at home, like, what got you into the hobby? What got you guys started? And what got you guys to do this fantastic, like, nostalgic of like this museum?
I got it.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll both chip in.
All right. But yeah, we've always been into Pokemon, you know. Mom buying us a pack here and there at Target when we went 7, 8 years old, you know. Cool stuff. But we've always been like, we've always been doing the games. We were big Diamond Pearl era guys. Played the games like crazy. You know, if you check the game cards, probably got like 1,000 hours on it.
Jesus, what?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Facts.
All day, all day.
Yeah.
But like, you know, growing up as a teenager, you don't got money to buy Pokemon. So, you know, we were always like, we need to get back into collecting, we need to get back into collecting.
Yeah.
No bankroll. Fast forward, we graduated from college, and here we are. You make adult money, you can buy adult things.
Go to school.
Go to school. Go to school. Yeah, so essentially we graduated 2022, and we got into like mid Sword Shield era. We got into mid Sword Shield era, so our first boxes were probably Chilling Reign, Evolving Skies. We bought one box each, one ETB each, put it in the personal collection, and essentially once Sword and Shield ended and Scarlet Violet hit, we said let's get serious, and here we are now. We're buying large amounts every set, and long-term hold, it's doing very well. So here we are.
Wow, you guys, like, this is crazy. Like I said earlier in the video, like, this collection you guys got. So you guys have been investing into the business about what? Well, how many years now? Like, how you guys?
4 years now. Yeah.
This is a lot of stuff you guys have got in the 3-4 years. This is crazy. Like, I thought my collection was crazy, but you guys just like, I don't even want to show my collection ever again. But but this is so dope, man. And like, have you guys since you guys got your business going, have you guys vended yet?
Not yet. First show this weekend. Long Island TCG show, monthly market.
Pop out, baby.
Pop
Yeah,
out.
let's go.
Yeah. Support us.
Support Long Island TCG, definitely all day. Support
Yeah.
them this Saturday coming up. Tell them your boy send you. So now to the OG. Speaking of Long Island TCG, my first ever person I interviewed, my first ever guest on my channel is the OG of OGs, the one and only, the original Squirrel Squad gang. Where's your chain at? My homie, Shollpoke. Yo, so, Go Show!
Here we are.
Yo, so
We out here.
I want the audience to know, we always chopped it up before about like, I've been so big on your story, and like I want the people at home to know about who you are and what got you into the hobby.
So my name is Jessica, also known as Shollpoke. I got the Long Island TCG show logo tattooed on my ass cheek.
Literally on her ass cheek.
You've seen it, right?
Left or right?
I don't know.
No.
I think
My wife
it's.
would kill me.
I think it's the right. I think it's the right cheek.
Okay.
I think so.
That's
I don't
crazy.
Really know.
That-
It's on there though.
It's a commitment.
If that ain't loyalty, I don't know what is, man.
We out here, Strong Island. You know.
Very nice, right?
I mean, the same thing with you guys of just playing like the video games.
Yeah.
I really didn't collect the TCG as a kid. I just don't think like my mom bought me and my brother packs. My brother wasn't into it either, but it was more so of like the Game Boy games. Heart Gold, not Heart Gold Soul Silver, but like regular Soul Silver, Crystal. That was my shit. So when they did the Heart Gold and Heart Gold Soul Silver like remakes, that was kind of pretty sweet. I've gone back and played them now, but like that didn't really get me back into it. What got me back into it was I was addicted to crack cocaine and heroin for a good 10 years on and off.
Really?
Yeah, it was rough. And then I remember the last time I used, my story was like the typical, like, I would stop using drugs because, like, I died or I ended up in a facility or, like, the police stopped me.
Wait, hold on, I mean to cut you off. You mean, like, you actually died and came back to life?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, dude.
few times.
Narcan,
You scared the shit out of everybody.
you know, it's like the
I
Narcan,
my
naloxone.
profession,
Yeah.
I know Narcan very well. Yes.
So it reverses an opioid overdose within minutes.
So wakes you up.
Yeah. So naloxone has saved my life 16 times. So yeah, definitely put myself through the ringer. But when I would go out and like I had no problem getting clean. My problem was staying clean. So like I would get off the drugs, I'd go to detox, but it was that 3, 4, 5, 6 month kind of period, and like the wheels would just fall off again. And I remember, typically most of my runs were like I never understood. Like I grew up in like the 12-step meetings, like in church basements, you know, with mutual aid meetings of 12 steps, and people would have lengths of sobriety, and then they would come back into the room, and like I remember I had a friend of mine, and she put her hand up, you know, she'd like 3 years clean at the time, and she was like, yeah, I got a day back, you know, I shot heroin last night, and I'm like, and you're back? Like, you didn't even go out on a run and like you used once and you stopped? Like, how did you do that? And I never understood that, because my runs were always like, I would fuck my life. I'd be up for 9 days straight smoking crack, and like my run would stop by the hands of like someone else. But the last time I used, I remember I smoked some meth because I didn't want to smoke crack, because if I smoked crack, you weren't seeing me for weeks. But I smoked some meth and I shot some heroin. And I remember I went to therapy the next day, and I didn't go out on a run. And my therapist was like, "What are you gonna do?" And I was like, "Nothing," because I knew if I like acknowledged it, I would have like beat myself up about it and like really just kind of like continued on that kind of downward hill until like something's greater than myself stopped me, like the police or like a hospital. And I remember I was on my way back home from therapy, and I was like, I'm not going to acknowledge it, because if I do, I'm just going to like continue that like vicious run. And I stopped at Bailey's Comics right here on Wellwood, but they relocated. You know how they next to the meat market, and now they're near the Carvel, just north of the tracks. And I was like, let me go in there and just like see what's going on. And I remember it was Battle Styles. It was a pack of battle shits, yeah. It was a pack of battle shits. And I opened it up, and I was like, oh, like, this is cool. Like, Typhlosion's purple. You know, like, what's going on here? You know, like, Typhlosion was purple, and I was like, this is kind of weird, but, like, so I went back up. I went home, and I went to the attic, and I tried to find, like, my stuff, and I found the video games, and there were a couple cards. I remember the best card I had was a Legendary Collections Doduo folded in half.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Like, and I was like, oh, like, this is cool.
Wow.
So I started to collect, and I wanted to go back and do all the old sets, like the base set, the Jungle, the Fossil.
Playing catch up.
Yeah, and since then I've did that, but I've sold it out since then.
Okay.
I think I still got my base. We were going through that this morning. My Shadowless base set.
Shadow.
And yeah. Because I would complete it, and then I would go back.
Okay.
Like I would get the unlimited, and then like I would find the first ed and then like replace it. But really getting into vending and like buying, selling, trading.
What got you into vending? Like what got you to like now you
do that?
You caught up coming back into the hobby as a collector. What made you decide one day, I want to sell?
Well, I was kind of like forced into it. Because not forced into it, like no one had a fucking gun to my head, but it was one of those things of like, oh, I'm spending a third of my paycheck, and like at this point I'm like just trying to stay clean, working at a deli, making minimum wage, where they called me gringa.
You working at a deli?
Yeah, I was working at a deli.
So you can make a bacon, egg, and cheese?
Yeah, I make a good bacon, egg, and cheese.
Oh, I gotta hold you to that one. I'm from Brooklyn, so I'm just saying. I didn't get bacon, egg, and cheese,
but
I was saying.
You know, I was in the deli, and like they just called me gringa, and I was like slaving my life away.
Man.
And I was using like a third of my paycheck to like buy, probably more. But I was like, my paycheck was just like evaporating buying these cards, and I was like, oh, if I like sell the stuff I don't want, then like I could take that money and put it into like my collection.
Okay.
So vending really just became a way to like afford collecting essentially. And I think because of the history with like substance use disorder, and like being a person in recovery, I've just gotten addicted to like I love when people like compare Pokemon cards to like crack, because it is valid. Like it is like a drug in a sense, and like you get addicted to it. But I love when people are like, yeah, man, this prismatic evolutions is like smoking crack. And I'm like,
Oh my god.
you ever smoke crack? like yeah, it's addicting, but like I promise you, I'm not gonna slit your throat for a pack of Pokemon cards. We're like, I would do that for a 20 piece, you know?
Oh,
but it's there, it's valid, like, and you find a lot of people in the Pokemon community that like they're either like ex-felons, they're like, you know, criminals, you know, people with substance use disorder. They find this and it's like a healthy addiction, and it's also that like sense of community and belonging and like connection. Like they say, like the opposite of addiction is attraction. The opposite of addiction is like connection. So it's like you find that connection here with stuff like this. And then also like you get some bad personalities in there, but like you find that everywhere and everywhere.
You got the good and bad and all
yeah,
that
yeah,
stuff.
exactly. You know what I mean? But it's that connection that people. I think that's what makes them stay. You know what I mean? Like they come into the community, they find the cards, but then like he's a good example. Like I met him online 3 years ago. And like now he's just staying at the fucking house for a week.
You didn't get catfish?
I didn't get catfish. No, I didn't get catfish.
So pretty much like Pokemon saved your life.
Yeah, I could say that. Like when I go in, I speak in like a lot of facilities and stuff. Like people that have known me for a long time, and they're like, Jess, what was it? What was that final fucking thing? And like I say it like obviously wasn't me. I had nothing to do with it. I believe like a power greater than myself has brought me to the journey, but Pokemon really was the missing piece. And like I laugh and I tell people, and I'm like, Pokemon cards, and they're like, I know, like no, like really, like what was that missing piece? And I'm like, no, it was shiny children's shiny cardboard game.
Shiny cardboard.
You know,
I remember
it was a healthy addiction.
Me and Billy were closet collectors. No one knew we collected Pokemon, and your brother's like, oh, my sister does that. I see your mom. Jess is collecting Pokemon. I'm like, what? I hit you up. I'm like, Jess, you're into Pokemon? You gotta come over and
Oh yeah, like fucking sniff in the back.
I was like, I haven't talked to Jess in 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you guys kind of like got connected again because of
we
Pokemon.
reconnected.
Yeah,
like we hung out with her brother all our life.
yeah.
Okay.
He worked with him every day. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
But like Jess was always here and there.
yeah, because I was fucking smoking crack.
But look, what I love about you, you're
Oh, I wasn't around. I was
like-
fucking living under the bridge near the Peter Pan Diner.
oh my god.
For real.
What I love about you, your personality.
Spot, bro.
What I was gonna say before, what I love about you, your personality is so over the top, and we connected from day one. From my first Long Island TCG, Long Island TCG last February. It was my first ever interview. It was a vibe. We connected like off the rip. And I have to say, like, you know, you just sharing your story, your journey, how you overcame all your demons and stuff. And I just want to say in this video, like, I'm proud of you, and you know, I think we're all proud of you here.
Yeah.
And I want to give a round of applause. You overcame the odds, and anything is possible. And I applaud that.
Day by day, God willing.
God willing, I always love the story.
You know?
Like, you know what I'm saying? This is the homie right here.
Smell nice.
Yeah.
You do.
My wife brought it for me, thank you.
Smell nice. Good job.
Good job. Thank you, honey. So like that's dope again, and like I'm happy Pokemon got you to a better place in life right now, and also she's gonna be at Long Island TCG this coming Saturday. Check
This
her
Saturday.
Shollpoke.
I'll die there.
She got all the heat. Check it out. So
You're gonna catch
we're gonna round it up to you, my guy. So introduce yourself to who you are.
Man, it is tough to follow that.
No.
I was so invested, I forgot.
That
I
was
would have to like talk about myself.
Shit, I'm here. I gotta
Dude,
say
I was
something?
there, bro.
That was
in the bridge with you, like
That was Emmy. That was
out that shit.
That was Emmy performance level.
No, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good. I'm Red. It's short for Redeyesdragonite. I've always been into TCGs. I say TCGs because like my first love was Yu-Gi-Oh. I always did Pokemon. It was always more popular, but Yu-Gi-Oh was always my game. I've played it since as early as I can remember. I remember watching it in Spanish actually, in Puerto Rico. My first starter decks were in Spanish. It actually helped me learn English.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Because when I moved over here, all the cards are in English. So it was like,
Your English is pretty good.
You're just
fantastic. Thank you, bro. Thank you. A lot of of people don't know that.
That's dope. Like,
but yeah, I always loved Yu-Gi-Oh.
Thanks to Yu-Gi-Oh.
Pokemon, I've always been a fan of the games, like you guys said. Like I think every game in this beautiful shrine, I have to have at least 300 hours in. That one over there, the Heart Gold, Soul Silver, 1,000 hours easily.
sheesh.
I kind of fell off of the cards. When I was a kid, I did like them, but I couldn't play it. I didn't have friends that played it. You know, it wasn't as fun to play.
Hey, so you never experienced the, you know, I mean, now I know I'm gonna expose my age. You never experienced like the wire connection, like, hey, let's trade or let's battle. Like,
on the video
Game Boy
games,
Advance.
yes, but like the card games.
the card games. Okay,
No
okay.
one.
You never experienced? Oh,
Nah.
yeah, you guys were
No
young.
one
I was
played.
that Game Shark guy. You
Yeah.
know?
Oh, you're cheating, bro.
They were sucking the nipple when this was like going on. So,
But yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh carried for me. I played all the way up until 2015, and then they decided to make monster cards and spell cards into one card, and I couldn't take it. They killed
wow,
the game
really?
for me. That it just my brain couldn't like.
So do you feel like that direction into the Yu-Gi-Oh brand like took a turn for the worse? Because I wasn't into Yu-Gi-Oh. All I know is Pokemon. So like
Definitely, because it was no longer a game that you can just learn like on the fly. Like until that point, we could grab a few decks, and I'll be like, "Hey,
Sit
guys,
down and.
you know, you look at it, and it was like, yeah, this has more than that. Yeah, all right, I win. All right, boom, cool.
Now
This
there's a
does
little more
that,
depth.
cool. Now it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you gotta like match the number to this, and then if it's higher, you do this, but if it's lower, you do that, and then
From
depending on how
algebra
much you have
to
over here,
trigonometry.
it got way too convoluted.
how you feel about the Yu-Gi-Oh cards today in this era? Like, did it get better or still the same philosophy and stuff?
It's you Pokemon guys are spoiled because they actually listen to you guys, whereas Konami does not.
You
listen
mean like
to
the
you
meta
fan
with
base.
like actually playing?
Yeah, because like you got like for Pokemon, you can like Worlds that just passed. All those decks that are competing at the highest level, $100.
Wow.
Any person can come and say, you know what, I want to play Pokemon, I want to try it, and it's low investment. You know what I mean? You don't have to like save 2 paychecks to buy a deck. Whereas Yu-Gi-Oh,
Because you need this
the
card.
minimum.
in your deck.
Yeah, and then not only that, but it's like, well, what am I getting out of it? The top Yu-Gi-Oh players are winning air fryers.
Yeah, that sucks.
What is it? What are the Pokemon
Worlds,
winners
the
winning?
winner, $50,000. I think
shit.
the top winner.
Yeah.
took.
That's worth $100.
And you guys get air
That's-
fryers,
We get air fryers and Nintendo Switches.
and your deck's worth $2,000.
And our decks are like $1,000. If you want to play Yu-Gi-Oh on a high, it's just
Now I know.
like competitively.
they don't let us.
So now I know why Pokérel can't sell his Yu-Gi-Oh collection on his
Yeah,
eBay
bro,
account.
it's bad all around. It is
Now I
bad
know
all
why
around.
that $25,000 Yu-Gi-Oh box is
I
not
had no
moving.
choice but to do
was
Pokemon.
Harry Potter. Man.
Like I had no choice. I wouldn't be able to sustain.
You're
just
gonna buy
doing
those
Yu-Gi-Oh.
boxes.
Wow,
It wouldn't work.
that's awesome. Like, I mean, you guys have phenomenal backgrounds of like how this hobby like influenced you guys from like getting back into the hobby or taking it into a business and like becoming entrepreneurs. Because pretty much everyone in the circle right now is their own entrepreneur. If it's flipping cars, building a channel, and like we all like have a drive to like make it like big into this Pokemon hobby as itself. So going back to the twins, by the way, they didn't say they're twins. They're twins.
They're not. They're cousins.
sometimes.
They're cousins.
They switch up. They take turns. No.
Cut.
That would be Eddie. But no, all jokes aside, like you guys got back to the hobby. You guys got a crazy collection, as I mentioned earlier in the video. Anything that's about this hobby that you guys feel like you don't like?
Like
No,
I
it's
said,
all
me
fun.
and Max have kind of been like closet collectors for the longest time. Like we've only really started venturing out to shows, and we're vending our first show this
Because
weekend.
of Jess.
Because of Jess. But like I said, we've been really closet collectors, so we've only been buying from people on Facebook. That's my main hub of sourcing and working with relations and people that we do business with. So it's almost been like closet collecting. So I haven't really seen the bad, you know?
They haven't touched the grass.
Yeah.
That's right.
So like I
Go
said,
outside and touch the
we're
grass.
We're gonna stay in
eventually
the clouds.
we're gonna find it. But like I said, so far so good. We've just been doing our own thing. I haven't really sold much. We've just been buying and holding because it's an investment at the end of the day. And
Will you compare this to like stocks or like crypto?
That is
that
a
everyone-
it's way better than stocks. I mean, I have product.
Really?
I have product in this room that I bought 2 months ago that's already went up 200%. You know,
200%.
You don't see that anywhere.
Fusion Strike.
Fusion Strike.
Fusion Strike,
We
right?
just bought.
Show the box, please.
We just bought freaking. I just bought like 36 of these cases, individual boxes at like 200 to 250
Yeah.
a box.
Now they're like 500
Now they're
Bs.
500 Bs. That's 100% right there.
Stock don't do that.
Too easy. And all I did was send money and it shipped in a box and I put it on a shelf. And here we are. Now I could sell it and do the same thing they just did to me 2 months ago.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
Wow.
It's that easy.
And by the way, this goes out to all the people that clown me in high school saying, "Oh, Pokemon's lame. You're lame. You're a weirdo." Guess what now? Hey,
Still a weirdo.
hey, watch your mouth. Like, I'm a weirdo with money though, so that's the difference now. So F you guys. Look at this right here.
But like I said, essentially we kind of just been in the dark. We always talk. We always discuss what we want to invest in and where we should put our money. And it's kind of just like, this is what we built. This is where we are right now, and hopefully it grows and it keeps growing.
Yeah, Jess kind of got us out of the closet. No pun intended.
Yeah.
Not that type of closet. Let's get that straight. Not that.
I like that. It's a good
I
joke.
mean, it's 2025. I'm just saying.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks to Jess for venturing out, meeting a bunch of great people like Red, Tori, and here we are. And from now on, we're only gonna go up.
Yep.
So Jess, I'm turning back to you now. So how long have you been vending, and like what are the pros and cons of being a vendor since you got the most experience in the circle right now?
I don't know.
That's scary. No, Red does.
Oh my bad. So you actually got more experience. So
Well,
Red-
no.
Red took Jess under his
Overall,
wing.
I have been buying, selling, and trading.
But as far
longer,
as
but
vending, it
she
is
started.
me. Yeah.
So you've been
Yeah.
buying longer than her, but
He's been on the
Online.
internet.
Yeah, online.
Oh, you've been
He's like us.
online. So
Yeah,
So you've
yeah.
been you've been more in person.
the person,
All right.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we'll take it to you in that sense, like that you deal with like the actual public and these vending shows.
Yeah.
You go quite often. You've been to some very big, high-profile events.
Mm-hmm.
So give us like an intake. What it's like to be a vendor, and give us like the pros and cons of being a vendor.
I think, I guess everybody really is going to have, I feel like, a different response to that question based on, like, what their business model looks like or really, like, what they're trying to accomplish. Some people have, I feel like, came into the scene, and I haven't been here long enough, so really who am I to say, but
It's your opinion, no matter.
I feel like a lot of people have come into the scene recently because it's just like, oh, Pokemon cards, we can just fucking print money. And there's that, like, the people, almost like the sneakerheads, right? Could you say that?
I agree.
in?
The sneakerheads, the stock and crypto guys.
Yeah.
I come from
Which is-
I come from a sneaker head. and
Yeah,
I like
which is
500.
not a bad thing because it's like more people in the community and like we love that, but like I just don't want to get to the point where like people are getting shot at Costco for blooming water boxes.
Throwing elbows.
Because like people get shot for sneaker drops,
Really crazy.
People were getting
They got
shot.
the scars like this.
People were getting shot for PS5s, but there was that incident in Oregon where an individual had every single Umbreon VMAX, the Moonbreon, in a PSA 10 of every language, and like he was held at gunpoint.
What?
Yeah. You didn't
Gunpoint?
see that? Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
It was somewhere in Oregon. So like I just think
At a show?
I don't. Maybe it was a trade night. I really didn't look too. But
And he had the Moonbreons from
every
Evolving
single
Sky.
language.
I would've been like,
In every
"Shoot
single
me."
language. Yeah.
He held that gunpoint.
And he was
I
held at
dare you.
gunpoint.
Do you know, like, I mean, did he reveal
Not
like the
worth,
estimate
bro.
value of
doesn't
like
work.
what he was
No,
held
bro.
gunpoint on?
I could imagine.
Get
it's
shot?
A,
Fuck, he
it's a
actually
lot.
People getting shot for Moon Kitty? Oh, are you
Yeah.
kidding me? Dang.
I mean, I
Poor
can see
kid.
it. Like, people are fucking crazy. But it's tough to even say, too, like, we're on the islands. I travel a lot to Jersey.
Yeah.
Jersey is booming. That's why I believe the Long Island TCG show has been so successful since its start. Because here I am living on Long Island, and I'm driving an hour and a half, 2 hours to all these shows. So I know I'm not the only jackass that's doing it. There has to be everybody
well, I
on
don't- yeah, of course.
that's doing it. So the show on the island has been really like influential, the Long Island TCG show, because now it creates that space here. But you go out to Jersey and a lot of vendors will say that, like, people treat us like the stock market in a way. Like, people will come up to the table and be like, yo, I'll take all this. I'll take it all. 75%. I'll take it all.
Deal.
And it's like, dude, I fucking paid 80 to 85% on this. Or the best is like, yo, I'll buy every single well-centered altar you have at 90%. Well, it's like, where do you think? I was even at Woodbridge. This guy was like, I'll buy every single well-centered altar for 80%.
Did they know it was well-centered?
First of all, jackass, if it was well-centered, chances are I'm gonna fucking grade it. And with the market that we're in right now, people aren't even selling their stuff at 100. They want 120%.
Right.
So it's like, where are you buying this at 80%? Because I want to come too. And I want to buy it too at 80%. It's hard. Vendors now are buying at like 85, 90% because it's also just so competitive. Everyone and their mother is a vendor now, which is cool, right? Like more people in the hobby, but like they treat us like I went up to a show in Boston with the best flipping card show. Someone would be like, you know, let's say this Gold Star Charizard is like $1,200, right? And I put a sticker on it for $1,200. In New Jersey, $700. 800 all day, 50. I'll give you cash. They're throwing money at you.
Are they talking to you with the Boston accent and stuff like that? You know, like it's.
But you go to Boston and the person is like, they'll see the price sticker of $1,200 and they're like, oh, you want $1,200 for that? Okay, here you go. And like they'll pay you for it.
Oh wow.
I don't know why.
They don't have that market.
What I said, what are you trying to say about Jersey?
That everybody is just, I think, trying to like undercut the next person.
Yeah.
It's a cutthroat business.
Yeah, there's a lot of people up here. I mean, like he's from Florida, and he's like, you guys pay 85, 90% on things, and we're like, we literally have to, because people will just walk away.
How you feel about that lingo with the 70, 80, like that lingo when people talk to you? Because like me, who buy stuff, and you know, even at certain shows, I'll flip a little something quick to get a quick little couple dollars in my pocket. Like that term, how did that come about? Like how did that slang even begin? Like
business.
Vendors
I don't know.
POVs, that's how it came about.
Yeah.
oh really? So,
People are like, oh, they're doing it. I could do it too.
Like, holy shit, they're paying 70%. I should pay 70% too.
Yeah.
Like,
Or you have a lot
why
of those
can't I
people
get
too that
that?
are vending, like solely just for content.
okay.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
so
their
it's like,
main revenue.
so they're not really concerned about getting a return on certain cards. So
Yeah.
it's like, oh, well, this one buys at 90%, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, well, then go to that one because it doesn't leave me with like the margins I need.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So Red, I want to ask you, how's the market in Florida in the hobby in general, especially like in Pokemon? I know you guys got Miami TCG.
It's so much different. It's so different. I was talking with my partner about this, Dr. Yugimon, and
Sonya Blaziken, Dr. Yugimon.
I'm gonna check your page. I need one too.
we were talking, and I told him like this, and since I've said this, he's like repeated it 5 times back to me. He's like, I can't get over that, but it's like so true. The quality of the deals I do in Florida, the margins that I'm able to make, and the quality of customer that I'm dealing with are so much better.
Really?
When I sell to people in Florida,
Consumers.
they are consumers. They are diehard collectors. They're gonna rip the boxes they're buying. They needed that card for their PC, and they'll pay strong. You know what I mean? They will pay for what they want.
So they're not gonna argue or debate with you like, oh, like why are you paying this one? Oh, but TCG got it for this much. Like they're not gonna do that with
They're
you.
not buying a
Don't get me
resale.
wrong, like they do want a deal when they can get one,
I
but
mean,
that's not going to stop them. Their priority is
They're
the
gonna
card.
get
They're
that
not going to be like,
card.
oh, you're not going to give me 85. I'm not
I'm just
buying
gonna go to the next guy.
and when I was over here, I was like flabbergasted because there was this one guy.
As a seller or just someone just analyzing the scenes of like
As a
shows?
seller.
Oh, as a seller.
I was there, and there was this older gentleman who like looked like he really wanted an ETB from Greg's little shelf.
Yeah, dude, I saw that.
That guy, right?
Yeah.
He looked like he really wanted it, right? So I'm here, I'm like, oh, that guy needs that ETB, all right. And we both tried to throw the lob to Greg.
Okay.
And, you know, Greg's there, the guy comes to buy the ETB, and as they're doing the deal, the guy goes, oh, yeah, but like, you know, like, what if I want to sell it? I need a little wiggle room, like, you can't do me, you know, whatever. Greg was already giving him, like, a certain chunk below market.
Probably
I know it was
below market. Yeah.
And the guy kept like digging to try to get more. And again, you know, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but you can just tell that he didn't want that ETB. He wanted to like go flip that ETB.
Yeah.
Money
You
hungry.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just like, that's how it felt like for like more than half of the interactions that I had and that I was witnessing. It's like everybody needs some room.
But I just need to
Even
sell
if you're
this.
not
I need to
a
sell this
seller
too now.
or a vendor,
Yeah.
you need room. And that's
Okay.
not a thing down there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, this is the pro though.
The volume.
The volume you guys have up here is absurd. Like there are like I'd say like almost like 3 to 5 times as much sales volume up here compared to down there. Like down there sometimes it would be really slow. Over here there's like 4 shows in a weekend. That's absurd. We don't have that down there. We have like 3 to 6 a month.
And I was gonna ask you, how is it like, you know, you being like an entrepreneur and you like establishing your business? Like, how is it like buying products? Like, if you're just like going from like either local car shops or like Targets, Walmarts, or like wherever places that sell Pokemon.
It's funny you mentioned the percent thing, and for me, that's funny because like I said, like I just started vending in person maybe like 8 months ago, and before that I wasn't doing percents. That wasn't a thing to me. So once I started introducing that, and some of my customers, and like I started telling them, like, yeah, I can give you this much percent. They're like, what do you mean? You know, like what do you mean by that?
It's a foreign thing to them.
Before, like when it was all online and stuff, I would just say, okay, this is worth $150. I could probably sell it $150. Okay, I'll give you 120. I'll give you 110. I'll give you 130. Whatever I thought was appropriate at the time. I didn't go in my head and go, I need 80%. What is that? You know what I mean? Like that wasn't a thing. That wasn't a thing. And also when I first started, it was during the Vivid, Champions Path, Hidden Fates kind of boom.
Oh yeah.
And I kind of got to see what's happening now when it first happened, and where you can go to Walmart, take things off the shelf, go home, sell it, and make money. So again, like percents weren't a thing. It was just like. You know, like it's just like, oh, these are worth money. People are selling for like $100 online. I'll be like, oh, they go for 100, 75, 80. Yeah. You do that?
Yeah.
Wow. No? All right, boom. But I was saying dollars, not percents, you know. But now it kind of feels like even the collectors and consumers are adopting like a seller vendor mindset.
It's a
because
business
of how
for everybody.
mainstream it's becoming.
I mean, yeah, because of social media, the platforms we got today, especially like TikTok, that's very big into the Pokemon community. That I discovered, you know, me. I mean, I'm very new still into the channel, into building my brand, and you know, trying to be like my biggest pitch. I always tell people I want to be the best in New York because there's nobody really in New York doing what I'm doing, and not to chew my own ego, but I'm trying to just stand out, and I'm trying to help everyone in the New York community because at the end of the day, I want everybody to win, and I want all of us to win. As far as like if you're vending, whatever, like if you got shows, like. Because we're the best city in the world. Like, let's just call it what it is. Like, we got the best pizza.
We got the best bagels.
We got the best, especially in Strong Island, we got the best bagels.
Chinese food.
Great Spanish food if you go to Brooklyn, Queens, and Dykeman, stuff like that. And, you know, we also got the best car show, Long Island TCG, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, like, that's the hottest thing going on right now. And
Can't wait to do it.
so, it's just like, I want New York to be out there, because when I hear about people in the hobby, and I hear about people that's collecting Pokemon, I hear a lot of people from Cali, Jersey.
Huge Cali.
Like, Cali's like crazy, you know, where Ryan's Car House, you got Pokeball, you got all these other zoos, and like...
You got Jersey, too. You got Poke Red.
You got Poke Red,
Cool
Chain Ryan.
Jersey's on the map.
You got Jersey on the map too, but like you don't hear about people in New York, so you know what? We're coming too, guys, and we're gonna take over this. You know what I'm saying? We're the very best at what we do. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be the Yankees of this hobby. So, another question that I'll ask anybody, whoever can shoot first, like, what would be the most craziest chase that you guys had to do to find something to add into your collection from a personal standpoint or from a selling
Team
standpoint?
Rocket.
Yeah. So the craziest chase, like the hardest thing to get.
I would say the
Team
hardest
Rocket
chase.
booster box.
So I have a complete ETB collection, and it took me like 4 years to get. You know, just based on condition, price, it's so hard to find a good price and good condition in these older ETBs. Someone's got like a beat the shit ETB, they're like, yeah, I want full market for it.
And it looks like somebody sat on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they come up every 6 months.
Yeah. But so that was probably the hardest thing I did, a complete ETB collection. It took me like 4 years.
What was the hardest ETB?
Ooh.
Plasma Blast.
Probably Plasma Blast. Probably Plasma Blast.
This one
Where
right
you got it right? Where is that? Show that bad boy.
Plasma Blast. That's the ugliest one. It's the ugliest one.
Dude, it was so hard to find.
Oh, this is kind of cool. This is a little box, like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, that shit ugly.
It's ugly, and
It's
no
ugly.
one likes
It's ugly.
it.
It got money. I gotta do the sneaker thing, like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like,
both
this is
Plasma
kind of stuff.
Storms.
But yeah, this one was hard. This one was hard to find.
Plasma Storm.
In a good price and in good condition.
There you go, man. Like, yeah, this is like dope, man.
But,
Plasma Storm was the first ETB.
yeah, first ever ETB.
How much
Plasma
more
Storm.
is this one than that one?
This is 7,000 firm.
Because the Lugia.
This is 7,000 for right now.
Firm.
How much is the
Firm.
Genesect?
1,800 2K.
It depends. 225. Depends on like who. It's hard
That
to
much
find a
of a
market.
difference?
It's hard to find a market on
When-
it.
They're so
They're so rare.
They're so scarce.
They're not
it's
listed.
insane.
You probably can go on eBay and
It's
can't
insane.
find one for sale right now. And if it is for sale, it's going to be like
It's crazy
5
upcharge.
times the actual market because they just want to throw it up on eBay and be like, "Hi, I have
I
it."
said, I'm the only
Don't
one,
actually
I'm
buy
the
it
only one
though.
listed. Buy it for 5K, please. Come
Yeah.
on. You know?
What?
But no, ETB collection crazy. That's
Hard,
crazy.
super hard to
When
get.
did
all.
so I got into Pokemon in 1999. You know, I started from
I was
basic.
born in 1999.
So when I got into the hobby, he was in his father's nutsack stick. So I'm just saying. So let's just put it out there. But I got into the hobby, like, and I kind of like fade away for a little bit. I wasn't around when the ETB started. Do you know what year did the ETBs like kind of
It's
like?
like 2014, I think. Yeah, I tell you.
2014.
2013.
2013.
So 2013 was, this is the first one you said, right?
Yep.
First one. So we're talking about 12 years that ETB's been out right now. And like ETBs I have noticed. I got back into the hobby again with 151. Like, you know, that was a special sentimental moment set for me, you know, because that was the OG Pokemons, and I fell in love again. And you know, I have like a friend of mine who was posting like his rare collection, and I was just like watching, liking, commenting, oh, that's dope. Oh, I don't know how this. Oh, hey, I still got this in my mother's house somewhere. So one day I just got up and just said like, hey, I gotta find my collection. Like, I gotta go to my mom's house and find this collection. And I did, and it just brought back the memories, and I'm like, wow, like people are really into this hobby. I get it. Yeah. So I did my homework and research, go on YouTube, Instagram, hashtags, TikTok too, and like I was like, holy shit, this is like a beast. Like people are really into this.
Yeah.
And like, it's crazy that I compare this to the sneaker culture because I'm a big sneakerhead, and like, you know, I used to sell, reflip. I used to be a manager at Foot Locker, so you know, yeah, I did some backdoor orders. I'm just saying, so you know, like to make a profit. Hey, I mean, I paid my college debt with sneakers.
Wow.
Yeah, like I paid my college debt with sneakers, and I just saw how it was so compatible with Pokemon, like how people were so into this. And like,
Yeah, it's a market.
It's the hype too.
yeah, it was the hype.
market.
It was
The
the
hype
nuts,
too.
right?
And when that 151 set was coming, I'm doing my homework, where they sell this at, boom, boom, boom. I just moved to Long Island. I just got married. I just moved to Long Island. So I'm trying to hunt down these stores. So at the time, the one that was the quickest results was Target and Best Buys.
Yeah.
And I'm going in, like, you got these freaking, like, overgrown virgins, like, going to war. And it's like, holy shit. And, like, it was chaotic. Like, I was happy to walk.
Pitch intense outside Target.
Like, it was war.
Prismatic
It
drops.
was war, and it wasn't as crazy as the most recent set, but it was crazy enough that I said, oh man, this is real. This Pokemon thing is like real. And I was able to get a few things. I was able to collect. I completed my master set. I have a master set binder. I got a few sealed products from 151. I kind of like was playing catch up with like Evolving Skies, got sold the Moon Kitty, and I was like, where's this set from? And like, okay, like, and I'm playing catch up with like past 10 years of like all these sets of like XY, Sun and Moon, like Sword and Shield. So like, I got back into track, and I'm up to par with everything that's going on now, and like, I got some cool stuff, but still, it's like, damn man, like the prices is just getting crazier and crazier.
Right.
So with ETBs, like let's talk about the most latest ETB is
Prismatic.
Prismatic Evolutions that people are getting drop kick and super kick and Stone Cold Stunners on now. So you know, show that box right there. You know, like actually I got another one I brought also. We are gonna crack it. So look at that right there.
Beautiful.
Box is beautiful.
Those PCs?
Yeah.
One
one's PC,
One PCs, one normal.
Oh my god.
Case of PCs.
Look at this right here, man. Like,
Case
dude,
of PCs.
I feel like I'm in a bank in a vault, like just with all this. Oh my gosh! I never even actually. I gotta hold this. I never held like something like
case
this.
of
Like a
Pokemon
case.
Center
I
ATVs?
never in my life. Because I see the Pokemon Network dude that be having these cases that be selling triple the prices. He's a dickhead, by the way. Excuse my language, but this is dope, man. This is crazy, man. Like, wow. Like, how many ETBs are in this box? 4.
Yeah.
So 4 seals. So break down the numbers. Let's just say
Let's just say right now.
Let's say right now.
You buy those. You buy
60
cases for
piece?
$260. $260 comes out, ships to your door,
Well,
sealed.
what we-
Right now, I could sell it like $1,100.
What?
Yeah, they're going for like $250 a piece, I believe, right now.
Yeah.
I can sell that.
And I believe the market has came down slightly
but
since its release. I believe people were trying to get like 280, 300 upon like date of drop, and I think the Pokemon Center ATVs have stabilized around like 250.
If I were to sell that right now, I'd be a scalper, so I'm gonna sit on that. All right, guys.
And then you'll be a bigger scalper.
Bigger scalper.
But no, the market's crazy right now. I mean, the demand is bigger than the supply,
Yep.
and
It's a bull market.
don't go chasing. Don't spend crazy money on product you can't get your hands on. Just don't do it. It doesn't make any sense.
No.
But you're not missing out on anything.
Yeah, pull rates are shit anyway.
Take a loss. There's been product, like I said, this is my only regular prismatic ETB that I have on hand. I haven't gone out and bought any more just because the market's crazy.
So I actually brought an ETB for my collection. I got a few. I was able to get a few at a fair price. We're gonna crack open in this channel, and I cracked one already. Pull rates is okay, but
They're awful.
I
Don't
can see.
Yeah, this guy's full of shit.
Okay, I'm trying to be nice here. Okay, but the
They're
Japanese.
awful.
Hey, Japanese is better though, so I highly recommend.
That's a fact.
If you guys jump on the Japanese web, it is what it is right now. Like the pull rates are phenomenal. They're good. If you're
Quality is better.
Quality always been better in Japanese cards.
Yeah.
And like that's funny. Let's piggyback on that real quick. Like, what you guys feel about? Have you guys ever collected Japanese from your childhood or now?
No.
No.
Max, actually, in college, on eBay, we watched an Unlisted Leaf video. I don't know if you guys know who that guy is. Unlisted
YouTube.
Leaf. He had this Mandrake
Yeah, Mandarake.
hollow cube from Japan, and I somehow found 2 of them on eBay.
Great purchase.
And me and Max bought them both, and they shipped to college, and we opened them up, and it was like the best thing we've ever bought. And we looking at all these cards, and we priced them all out, and we sold them all, and it was just like super exciting. But we don't do Japanese, strictly English. It's just easier to price.
Do you feel like it's just more like easier to sell to, and like just feel like just because the people are more into the American culture than the Japanese culture?
Yeah, I mean, like,
not necessarily. We're heavily into English, so I don't need to get heavily into another language.
It's like a dark hole.
yeah, it's just
unless it's like EV Heroes or like this.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I have a sealed case of 151.
Okay.
I have a sealed case of 151
151
Japanese.
Yeah, you do have that, a
So,
Japanese.
like I said, yeah, I mean, if the market's right and I can get it at the right price, I will
think
buy.
the exclusives they get are important.
That's
to
sick.
me.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge
The Japanese
collector,
promos.
but they do get some stuff that we don't get.
That is
Like
very
I
true.
collect the Japanese VS set.
Yeah,
Yes.
We didn't get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't
we
get that.
still haven't gotten it. I'm my fingers crossed one day we'll get it, but I'm doubtful.
What did you think about the new Chinese set with the Mew card?
Oh my
Those are
sick.
sick.
I
Those are
was
sick.
And it's so limited to exactly, I think it's 1,510 cards that could be given out to people that
Those are sick.
that gonna participate in the tournament.
That's
in
going to
China.
be a pricey card.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think that card will be easy? Let's just say when you see it on the market, because there's no way to get it, but in the market, like a $300 card.
Well,
I think it's gonna be like they can name the market because they have it.
1,000
Yeah.
more.
1,000. Yeah. I would say 1,000.
What else I was gonna mention? So you guys talked about you guys shared more like your vendor experiences, and you guys shared like your past stories,
Collector,
like,
investor.
collector, and everything. Anything you chased that you felt like was like a hard chase for you to add into your collection to sell or like personal collection?
I like the old, I found recently, I like the sealed board games.
Yes, those are cool.
I have,
Pokemon or just board games in general?
no, just Pokemon.
Okay.
It's a Monopoly.
Yeah.
It's a Monopoly game, but it's like super, super rare.
Really?
And I found one, let me look it up. And the guy online, like these were like fairly new reprints, but the one, here we go.
You see?
It's the gold and silver,
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
obviously those are my favorite. So I'll show you what it looks like.
Okay.
And
What the
boom.
hell?
So this is just the box though. So this is it sealed.
Can you see this?
Yeah.
$8,000.
Yeah, I didn't pay $8,000 for it.
Holy sweet baby Jesus! Oh my God!
But that's it.
You know Monopoly was a
sealed.
freaking Jew and steal money, but damn, like come on now. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, wow, like home, like sweet baby Jesus.
Yeah, here, complete in box, sealed, 9,500.
So, I didn't even know that.
I need to.
Yeah,
I need to.
but have you ever seen this Monopoly game?
Get some stuff from.
Have you seen that before?